What's up, guys? It's been a long time since I posted, but I've been having a really, really good week, and I've had a really good day today, and I felt some inspiration to hop in my truck and go for a drive in the hills and, take some photos and maybe record some videos and just kind of enjoy an afternoon to myself. And so that's exactly what I did. And here I am, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, just chilling in a little creek bed. And I've been having an amazing day. It's so nice. It's so beautiful out here. It's a little chilly. The wind's kind of picking up here and there. The sun's starting to go down a little bit. But it is absolutely beautiful out here. And I've just had a really good time. So I wanted to use this opportunity to come and make a video and talk to you guys. Not about anything in particular. I just wanted to talk about this week and the things that I've been thinking about lately, and maybe some mental stuff that I've been working through. So yeah, this week, about a week ago, I took a layoff from work. I work at a ski resort, and the lodge that I work at closed. So I have this really cool opportunity to basically have like a shoulder season, have a month off before my next job. And during the winter season, I felt like, I'd go to work at like 7:30, sometimes even earlier, sometimes 6 a.m. on really early days when it was like storming out and I had to go set up. And I usually get home around 5 p.m. at night. So it'd be like a pretty long day. And then if you want to get enough sleep and feel okay the next morning and not absolutely exhausted, you have to go to bed around sometime between 8:30 and like 9:30, because you got to get up early the next morning. And so this winter I really struggled with getting enough sleep and like sticking with my routine and my habits and taking care of myself, like working on anything of value, anything that was like a passion project for myself after work. I just didn't really have enough time. And on the weekends, you have 2 days off, and usually my partner and I would go snowboarding or skiing, and then I'd have one day to maybe do some like laundry and get groceries and do household tasks. So there was not a lot of time. So having this like week off has been really amazing. Like I just feel so much freer to kind of take care of myself and be myself and do things that are really enjoyable. And so one of the things that we got to do for the first time actually in the area was we had a friend take us out for some rock climbing. I bought my first climbing harness, and that was a really exciting moment. I wasn't planning on buying any climbing gear because it's expensive and I don't really have a lot of money, but I said screw it, whatever, and I decided to buy one. And we went out climbing with a friend, and he taught us how to he taught us all the things that we need to know, all the gear for like top roping. He taught us how to do the figure eight and tie into your harness and tie into the rope, and safety measures and all the checks that we need to do. And he was super patient, and he made this like climbing experience not only really fun, but like really peaceful, because we didn't feel rushed, we didn't feel pressured. We just felt like we could climb and learn and have like a slow day and go at our own pace. And it was such a blast. So that like just set up the week really well. It was just a really good start to the week. And I had this cool idea to bring my camera, and I haven't really been shooting much the last few years, ever since I got this camera, really, which is really, really sad. But I took my camera, and I captured a lot of images that really I feel like captured the moment. And it was such a fun day. It was so novel and exciting already. And then being able to take photos and then coming home, uploading them to my computer and looking at them and being really stoked with how they came out. It just like, I don't know, it kind of changed things. Like something in my head like clicked, and it may not last whatever, but at least for now, I'm trying to seize that moment, trying to seize that experience because it's been really, really cool. And so I took all these photos, I put them in Lightroom, and I actually took the time to edit them, which, by the way, guys, like that is incredible for me because when it comes to creative endeavors like like editing photos, I I put it off and I put it off, and then I like not only let myself down, but I let the people down that I was with having an experience. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna take photos, and then I don't edit them and don't send them. And yeah, and I didn't do that this time. I didn't do that. And so it was really, really cool. So I got these images that I'm like super excited about. I'm gonna show a few of them right now. And yeah, so that was really, really cool. After I like created these images and shared them with friends and not only got good feedback, but like felt some sort of feeling of accomplishment and love towards myself for having this great experience and capturing it. I thought about all the photos that I've taken over the last few years on the really amazing road trips I've taken with my partner, and how I've taken photos here and there. Nothing too serious. It's not like I was like out shooting a lot, but I would still take photos, and I always assumed that they wouldn't be good. And so I just like never uploaded them and went through Lightroom and like edited them and saved them. And so I thought about it and I was like, you know what, screw it. Like, I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna use this like excitement that I have right now to go through my photos and create some cool images. And let me tell you, like, I don't know what's going on, but it feels so good. It feels so good to like go through my photos and edit them and find these gems that I didn't think that I had. And so a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of advice for anybody that, you know, has done a bunch of cool things and has taken photos, but then like maybe didn't think that there were good images or that it was that important. Go back and look at your photos and go through them and see what you've taken, because odds are you've taken something cool, or at the very least, you've captured an experience that has a story that's really important and meaningful for you. And that, you know, that's the essence of photography. So it's been really cool. I'm looking back on all these stories through these photographs that I've taken, and I've just been really, really excited. Like, this week has been so cool, going through my images and being like, wow, I did take a cool photo, or oh my gosh, I didn't even know I took that. This is so rad. And I can look back on these meaningful experiences that I've had with just like joy and appreciation. And so, yeah, with this newfound excitement, I'm really trying to like seize this opportunity, because I'm so up and down in my life. I feel like I just go through so many phases where I'm really stoked about something and I'm all about it, and then it fades, and then I forget about it, and then I don't do it for a long time, and then I'll find it again. And that happens with all sorts of stuff in my life. And to be frank, I'm kind of sick of it. Like, I'm sick of being that kind of person. I wanna focus on things. I wanna follow through. I wanna pursue the shit that makes me happy and excited. I let myself down a lot. I really do. And when I think about like this YouTube channel and how I created it, I think it was back in 2020 or something like that. It was a long time ago. And I worked really hard on a video and I was really excited about it. And then I just fell off, and then I didn't create anything for years despite wanting to. And like, I watch so much YouTube and content from other people, and I'm so inspired and excited, But then like for whatever reason, I have this big brain block where I'm like, oh, I can't do that. I can't replicate that. Or I don't know what the first step is. I don't know how to do this. And I really, really limit myself. I think it's such a bummer. I'm really trying to work on that and get that all figured out right now. But yeah, with that being said, I really want to hold on to this passion that I have in this moment for photos and creativity. It's a really good opportunity, and looking back on my experiences and some of the photos that I've taken, like I'm starting to realize that like my self-doubt that I have isn't always warranted. You know, for whatever reason, I convince myself, despite having taken good photos in the past, I convince myself that I'm not a good photographer, and then I like look at other people's work and I compare myself and I'm like, oh, I suck, like what's the point? So then I don't do it, and I'm really just like shooting myself in the foot, and I really want to stop that. So yeah, I don't know, it's been really cool. I'm feeling really good. So with all that being said, something that I really wanted to talk about and I've been wanting to speak about for a long time now is an idea that I've started to like think about and kind of hold on to in the past year of my life. There's been a whole lot of ups and downs. I feel like I'm kind of always, you know, in this little swing. And how I feel about myself and my life and the present moment, it's changing all the time, and I have a lot of really hard moments. I feel quite lost, honestly. You know, I don't really know like what I'm really doing, except for working seasonal jobs and not saving any money, not being able to save any money, and trying to have as much fun as I can. And it leaves me feeling a little sad, a little empty, maybe in the background at all times. I think like not having a clear path, and maybe not even always knowing what you want in your life or like what exactly you want to do or accomplish. I think that just like is so scary, and it kind of like keeps us back from actually pursuing things. And so there was this saying that I said to my partner in the past year at one point during one of our trips, when there was some ups and downs that we were going through, and just like feeling lost in life and feeling a little sad and maybe just struggling because life is hard. And what I said is, don't waste your moments. And this is something that I've been thinking about a lot. I think, you know, maybe it's a little cliche, but it's such an important phrase, because I really do feel like it encapsulates like how we need to live our lives. It is up to us to choose how we go about our days. And not only how we go about our days, but how we feel about them and how we take in the present moment. You know, it's so easy to like maybe hear the news and hear some terrible stuff that upsets you, or, you know, maybe a loved one in your life hurts you, and now you're feeling like some type of way. It's really easy to like let your mood just drop and feel terrible and hold on to that feeling, and, you know, inevitably like not do anything, like maybe just sulk. Like I've definitely been known to isolate myself when I'm feeling sad or hurt. I just like cut off myself from not only the world, but just from like doing things that are good for me, that would bring me like a feeling of fulfillment. And so it's really important that we recognize like, hey, I'm in this moment. I can either waste it and let it pass with maybe without a care in the world, or I can waste it by not enjoying it, not savoring it. Or I can appreciate it. I can be here for it. I can like tune into my senses, and I can realize that like maybe whatever painful thing or bad thing that's going on right now that hurts me, it's happening regardless, but I can choose how I react. I can choose how I feel. I can choose if I'm gonna let it affect this moment and other moments going forward. Because like the reality is all our life is a collection of many, many moments, you know, just over and over and over again. And I feel like I like the word moment because it captures like a small frame of time. And I think that really kind of maybe puts it in the foreground of your mind that like you have to consciously and continually choose to be present and choose how you're feeling. And it's also a nice thing too, because like, let's say I get really sad this morning, let's say something happened. Well, maybe I can feel that emotion, which I think is really important. If something happens, feel it, don't suppress it, feel it. But then the next moment, maybe it's time to let it go. Like you felt it, you moved through it. You don't need to let it paint your day in this negative light. You don't need to waste it, you know? And so, yeah, if there's anything that, you know, I could advise people based on this little story, it's don't waste your moments, you know? Remember that like our moments are fleeting. Our life is always moving on and moving forward. And it's gonna pass us by regardless. It's gonna happen no matter what. I'm 27 now, and it feels like I just blinked and now I'm this old, and I don't know where all the time went. Like I've wasted so many of my moments, and I don't want to do that anymore. And that's another thing is like, once you have like your basic needs and you're safe and you can easily survive and those comforts and needs are met, I think the next most important thing is to have fun. If you're not enjoying it, what's the point? And I try to remind myself that, you know, I've spent weeks just being sad and unhappy and scared and worried. And I look back and I'm like, I could have spent that time going out and doing things, going out and being in nature, having fun, like truly enjoying my time. Sulking, being sad, whatever, like it didn't help me at all. It didn't make me feel better. I need to live my life. And I just think that like we need to remember that things aren't always that serious. Maybe the most serious thing that I need to like reiterate is like, have fun, enjoy your life. If you're not doing that, or there's something keeping you from that, maybe you need to do some introspection and address the problem, because life is too damn short. It's too damn short. And not only that, but like life is really cool if you let it be. Like there's so much amazing opportunity that we have just being humans on this planet. It is insane. We have such a beautiful home. Like we're lucky to be here, and I don't know, it's just, I don't want to take it for granted anymore. I don't want to waste time, and I don't want you to either. Yeah. That being said, I'm gonna pack up and get going because it's getting really cold and it's starting to get dark. But thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah. Have a wonderful night. Peace.